everybody, TSS958 back here again at the track in Need for Speed Heat. Now, I'm going to be going through, I think, what is going to be a little bit of car tuning, and I think why this track can be more utilized. I don't know if a lot of people do this, but I really feel like this track can be more utilized as kind of like a dyno track or testing area for your cars, and just really tune your cars and make them handle how you want them to handle. There really isn't going to be any best build for anybody. Sure, you can say there will be. There's definitely going to be a fast build. How can you build this car so it can be the fastest? But is it going to handle how you want it to handle? Is it going to be your car? That sort of thing. So I'm going to be going over that a little bit, and we'll see where it takes us. I'm using my 350Z, which I have not really... I've upgraded it, but I've not really tuned it whatsoever. And that person just failed that jump. So I'm going to take some hot laps, and we're going to see how we can improve this car as we go along. So I'm ready to do my hot laps here. Now, this might be a little bit better to do in single player, so you don't got people bugging you with invites or trying to get in your way and that sort of thing. But I am in multiplayer. I don't think it's really going to make a difference. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a couple hot laps with how this car is built right now. We're going to see what speeds I can get up to, mainly along these straightaways, the back and the front one. And we'll see how we can improve it from there. So this first little segment here looks like I'm hitting like 148. And then let's look at the front straight. We are hitting 155-ish, it looks like. Back straight again, just to get a little bit of a marker for us. I hit 153, 54. Front straight again. Someone parked right on the track. That was a little slower. We hit 152. First one was actually really good. I was surprised I hit that. Alright, so it looks like we're pretty consistent, 152, right around 150. Alright, let's get off the track before we get whaled here by someone else joining in. And then let's go ahead and let's look at what I have set up on this car. Now, I don't know if a lot of people know this, but you can actually change parts on your car. Now, these are parts that you own. You cannot buy parts through this menu. But you can change out parts that you own on your vehicle by doing this little garage menu. Literally, you're going to be driving. You're going to hit your start button. And you're going to hit R1 until you go over to garage. And you're going to go to performance. And you can check out pretty much everything. You can't change some of the technology that you have on your car, but you can change pretty much anything else with stuff that you own, like I said. So what did I have on this car? So tire-wise, I had showcase tires on. Not sure why I have showcase tires on, but I had showcase tires on. So I am going to look at, we have race tires, we have track tires. Those are probably the two that I want to look at. Drag tires may not be bad, but it's going to be really kind of hard to turn with them, obviously. And then normal tires, they don't change anything. But it is saying the tires are slightly improved, and they're going to provide better grip and cornering, it looks like. So we might take a look at tires. We're going to take a look at track tires and race tires. So with that, let's go ahead, let's look at the tires. So we are ready to do our hot laps, and we have basic tires on now. They're just tires. Not race, not track, not showcase, just tires. The other one, with the showcase, we were hitting right around 150. So let's see what normal tires do. Let's see if they improve or decrease the performance of our vehicle. So there's that 148 that we saw before. I feel like we might have improved. We hit 155 before we got into the turn. Of course, that happened the first time, too. Back straightaway, we are going to hit 152, right around the same mark for the first lap. Alright, we're hitting around right around the same marks as we were with the showcase. Maybe a little faster, but not by much. But we did improve just ever so slightly. Which, you know what? Improvement is improvement. So let's go ahead. We're going to take a look at a different set of tires now. Back here in the garage, and, well, our mobile garage. And we're going to switch out the tires. We are going to go with track tires now. Now, the one thing that I don't look at is I actually do not look at this menu. The left-hand corner here, I do not look at that typically. What I will typically look at is going to be this menu. You're going to hit your L3, had to think what side it was for a second, but you're going to hit your L3 and it's going to change the stats. Now, these are generic and I don't necessarily like that. I like these stats, because this actually tells you kind of your car's performance. It's going to tell you your 0 to 60, it's going to tell you your max torque and your top speed, and it will tell you your current power level and what power level this car could potentially hit if you put all of the best parts on it, stuff like that. Well, best parts according to the game. So I like this one a lot better. It tells me a lot more information about my car than this menu will. So we're going to go ahead, we're going to throw the track tires on. We're losing one top speed, but we're gaining a little bit of acceleration with these track tires. Now, we will see what speeds we can actually hit with our hot laps here. Before we were hitting 150 with the showcase. The actual normal tires, we were hitting 150, just above 150 pretty consistently. And honestly, the car is pretty much handled the same with each tire. But again, we are on a circuit, and you're not always going to be on a circuit when you're racing like this. This is just one track, and this is where you can test your cars. And another interesting part that you might want to look into is this track actually has an infield, like an infield circuit. So, if you really want to get used to turns, follow that infield track. And you can really get a handle on how your car is going to turn and stuff like that. And that might be a little bit better for you if you want to test it out that way. This is more good for like top speed runs and stuff like that. So the first one, the straightaway, it looked like, what did we hit? 155 again. The back one we hit 152. Here's our second run. 153. We're on the back straightaway, and we are going to hit 152. So these tires seem like they're performing pretty much identical to the showcase. They're like right in between the showcase and the normal tires. That's where I'm going to put them. I think normal tires have kind of been the best for this car so far. Not that there's a huge difference, and again, we're talking low power levels here. But I would say those normal tires might have been the best for this car thus far. I'm not really hitting much above... there's a higher one. But that's like if you take that straightaway perfect. I'm gonna pull off. And now we're gonna go ahead and we are going to look at our last set of tires, which is race tires. Alright, we have our race tires on, and we are ready to start doing our hot laps here. Now, one thing if you did notice, the other 3 tires, the showcase, the normal tires, and the track tires, did not change the power level of your car. So, you really got to pay attention to that, because even though they may not change the power level, they might change the way the car behaves, and it might behave a little bit better for you. You might be able to go a little bit faster. Now, we're taking a look at the race tires here, and these did drop the power level by 1 on this vehicle as I put them on. And right away, I'm already noticing we're going into this turn pretty fast. That was 150, that was 155. We've been hitting that with the other tires, though, on that first lap. So we'll have to see what we get ourselves into as we continue on here. That turn was 154 going into it. Down the front straightaway again. And this person's gonna try and cut me off. 153. I feel like this car is going faster down the straightaways just by a little bit. The turns are pretty even going into and like exiting, but I feel like we're going a little bit faster down the straightaway. I'm definitely going into this turn a lot faster, consistently. Not by much. I did say a lot, but not by too much, I don't think, but by a little bit. I do feel like the race tires have improved this car. Just a little bit. Even though they did drop that power level by 1. I'm liking these race tires. Alright, so that was taking a look at the different tire setups and everything. And honestly, I am liking these race tires a lot on this car. So I'm going to go ahead and we're going to keep those on. Now I'm going to show you a little bit of what I like to call the mediocre tuning that you can actually do to the vehicle. Okay, without moving, I am in the same spot, and we're going to go ahead and you're going to hit right on your D-pad. Now it's going to bring up this side menu, and it's going to have your quick nav, which you can navigate to a safe house, a gas station, or you can clear the route. Or you can do live tuning, or you can look at some of the messages that you get while you're in the game. Interesting. I've never actually really looked at the messages. Anyways, that's for another time. So you're going to go to this live tuning segment. You're going to hit right on your D-pad again. And you're going to use your right joystick to navigate this menu. Now, you can change your steering sensitivity on the car, like how quickly it's going to adjust and like react and stuff like that. Now, honestly, I don't mind the sensitivity where it's at right now. Now, this is going to be one of the more important things. You can really only adjust 2 things, but your downforce is where you're really going to see some changes happen. Now, if I go down and I have lower downforce, you can see my top speed has gone up to 198 and my quarter mile has gone down to 12.97, where it was at, we were at 190 in 13 seconds. Now you can also increase your downforce, which is going to decrease your top speed. Quarter mile is going to stay at the same spot, but you're going to lose a little top speed. And if you want that top speed, I wouldn't recommend going too high on your downforce. Now, we're at 190. I think 187 isn't bad, especially for this level of car. So we're going to keep it right there. You're going to use circle to get, or are you going to use left on the D-pad? Left on the D-pad to get out of that menu. Now, we're going to go ahead, we're going to do some hot laps with this car, and we're going to see how it performs now in those turns and on that straightaway. And we're going to see, you know, where we're at. Because if that downforce really did help that much, you know, that can definitely give you the edge in a close race. Alright, exiting first turn. Feel like we're a little slower now, maybe. Maybe not. Hold on. Hold that thought. Yeah, 156. We didn't hit 156 before. $154, $153 into that turn. $153, $152. Alright, so might not have changed that much about it. So honestly, I'm going to keep the downforce right where it was at because it actually gave me a decent top speed. And I was able to keep my speed during those straightaways as well. So I'm not going to change too much of that live tuning on this vehicle. But that's just giving you kind of a little bit of a notice about, you know, different tires and stuff like that. And they can, even if they don't necessarily change the actual performance, such as speed and stuff like that, you know, there might be a different handling style that you enjoy more. So you want to look at the different tires and look at your different tuning that you can do as well. Back at the track with a little bit more power this time. I have brought my Murcielago Super Veloce here. And, is that? Nope, it's not backwards. It's just, okay. I couldn't see it correctly the other point in time. Anyways, we're here with the Murcielago Super Veloce. This car is a wee bit more powerful, and I have track tires on it. So we're going to do some hot laps with it, and we're going to see what these track tires can do. Now, I'm hoping this will actually show you guys a little bit more of a bigger gap, bigger jump than we were able to see with that 350. Alright, going into this turn, we're at 195, and I gotta let off the gas in order to stay on the track and not hit that wall. 196, letting off gas. Back on it. That time we hit 200. Oh, we're gonna go into the wall. I had to let off the gas there at then. I forgot to check my speed. Anybody check my speed? 201 yet again, and nope, we're up into the wall. Definitely have to watch these turns. Really watch my speed going into them. If I don't want to tear off the track up into that wall, which is going to slow you down even more than probably hitting the brakes or letting off your accelerator. Consistent mid-90, mid-190 to 200. Consistent with track tires. And some throttle control in those turns so we don't go up into the wall. Alright, so let's go ahead. We're going to swap out the tires real quick, and I'm going to go to race tires. We're going to see what that can get me, where that can get me. Back here with our race tires, and we got a little car meet going on behind us. Hopefully don't run into them. Stay out of my way. We're good. car feels a little less wobbly to me. I don't know if that's just mental, but... Oi! Alright, looks like they're leaving me a path up top. Let's try this. Alright. .204 into that turn, and going up. Damn, that was bad. About 192 into that turn. Of course, I had a bad exit, bad mid-turn on that last one. That was a wall. Damn. That's not accurate. Half the battle is being able to keep your car off the wall. Actually going straight at a good speed. Alright, we want 200. .202 into this turn, so that turn entry is definitely faster. I feel like I'm holding the speed through the turns better. What the heck happened back there? Hit like a pothole or something. It's a racetrack, there's not supposed to be potholes. Oh wait, it's abandoned. Still gotta let off the throttle, but I don't have to use as much brake. I don't feel like. This turn is like that consistent high 90. High 190. This turn is consistently faster though. Oh, that was me. My bad. I feel like I'm able to hold the turn, and I gain a little bit of speed going into them, I feel like, with these race tires. Oh, that was close. That would have all been me. Haha. I don't know. Might all be mental, but I'm liking the race tires a little bit better. So let's go ahead and let's look at our live tuning real quick. I'm going to go up with the steering sensitivity just a little bit. Downforce, what are we looking at? Downforce, we keep our 0 to 60 and our top speed, or our quarter mile and our top speed does not change. You know what? Let me go all the way up then, and let's see what we get. You're going the wrong way. Car's gripping better, I think. That was almost a wall. I don't know. I don't know if it's slower or... I feel like I have a little bit more control and it's handling a little bit better. I don't know what that was. But at the same time, I think I might have lost a little speed. Whoop. Yeah, I lost a little speed because we were going into that turn at 200 earlier. I feel like we gained in that corner though. So maybe down like one bump on that downforce. We might have a really nice sweet spot. Now, I call it mediocre tuning due to the fact that Need for Speed Pro Street got a heck of a lot more in depth. You could change a lot more, and you could really, really customize your car to the way you liked it. But, I mean, just the fact that they have that in this game is actually pretty cool. So that's just a little bit of, you know, just the importance of tuning your vehicle and making it perform and handle the way you want it to. Because you're going to be able to make your car go the fastest with a certain setup. So definitely take a look at that stuff and see where you're at and see what you're going to be happy with. So we are back here, and there is one more thing that I definitely got to add about tuning and everything like that. If you ever get yourself into, you know, a makeshift drift battle, or you and your friend are going at it with a drifting event, or like one of these quick things, it's definitely going to come down to you making sure you pick the right parts for your style, and your car, to be specific as well. Because as I have done quite a few times with my friend Draconic Afterlife, Red Dragon King, we have taken a look at a few drift events, and he has a car that he can do these things no issue. He has a great setup, no issue whatsoever. And I always seem to have some trouble with them, trying to get my car to work and everything with the Sylvia. So he said, alright, you know what, I'm going to try your Sylvia with his setup. And he tried it, and he's like, oh my god, how do you drift with this thing? So definitely taking a look at your drift setup and, you know, how you want it to work is going to be huge, because there are a lot of different setups that you can do, and there are a lot of good things and there are a lot of bad things as well. And drifting is not exactly easy, as you can tell. I am very much screwing this one up. I wasn't supposed to do that. Oh well. But definitely taking a look at your drift setup is going to be an important one. And I would say, I would recommend, this isn't going to be for everyone, but I would recommend staying away from drift parts when you're trying to do a drift setup. I know, right? Confusing. But, yeah. I would stay away from drift parts. I've heard, now I've never tried this, I use Showcase, Track, and Race, I believe. What do I have on this car? Let's take a look. I have Showcase suspension. Oh, I do have my drag tires on. I did not realize I had drag tires on. And I have Showcase differential. So I have Showcase suspension, I have drag tires on, and I have Showcase differential. Now, I guess drag tires really are great. They really do apparently work. I guess I never really took a look at them, or I didn't realize I used them with my build. I didn't originally. I used to use like Track and all of that and like Showcase. I originally tried using the drift parts, but yeah, that was a bad experience. So that's just, you know, what I'm gonna say. And I mean, these drag tires are working really nicely right about now. Wow. So yeah, I guess drag tires definitely work. Approved by TSS 958. So yeah, definitely take a look at your drift build and see if you're using the correct setup for yourself.